the studios of RJR 94 FM, we have Mr. Paul Lake, better known as Frankie Paul. Frankie,
Good evening, sir.
what a mystical voice.
Thank you.
Alright, you know, you have a unique voice where in Jamaica, artists sound like artists, but I've yet to hear somebody sound like Frankie.
Yes, no one else, but the only one, Frankie Paul.
Alright, Frankie. Will,
Hey,
welcome, sir.
yes, man, I'm here, man.
Alright, alright. Bring the mic a little bit closer to you so we can hear properly.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
No, you still so like it in front. You wanna get one?
You can hear now?
Yeah, man, I can hear it. I can hear you well now.
All right, good.
Alright, Mr. Wayne Lonesome.
Yeah, man.
The studio, it's a run things.
Yeah, man, run things, recording studio, yeah?
Team song, Arcade Tours.
You hear that? We Lonesome and Frankie Paul, that, from the 90s,
Alright,
All right.
alright. Now, Frankie, where should we start with the story right now? Because, you have to take the listeners back to the early days of Frankie Paul.
The early days of Frankie Paul, I was born in St. Andrew, Jamaica, christened, named Paul Blake. Yes, went to a Salvation Army School for the Blind, which I learned a whole bunch of things. I learned how to cook, learned how to play music by ear, learned how to act, and learned how to have manners and good behavior. So I grew up in the Salvation Army School for the Blind, and on weekends, when I was a little older, like 12, 13, I used to go and rehearse for a band called the Mighty Tides Band. It was situated in camp, military camp, on South Camp Road, which we rehearsed for cabaret singing at the hotels and at various locations. Started recording at the age of 13 with High Times Records.
Now, Frankie, I understand that back in the day, Stevie Wonder, who used
Came to my school.
yes, he was very impressed with what he heard and
Yes.
encouraged him
To keep it going.
yes. So, how did that feel? Tell me about that. And how did it feel to meet somebody as
Stevie Wonder is still my idol, my greatest inspiration. And he came to the school and brought us a Braille thermophile, a copy machine that we could copy our Braille work. And we sang, and he encouraged me to keep it up. And here I am today, Frankie Paul.
Now, why did you adapt the stage name Frankie Paul? What was so unique about that?
All right, I used to listen to a lot of Frankie Beverly and the Maze, and then I heard about Frankie Crocker on 107.5 WBLS in New York. So I used to like to hear his mixtapes, and they used to call me Singer Paul. And down in High Times, I said, I want a bigger name, a flashier name. So somebody said, why don't we call you Frankie Paul? Because you love to listen to Frankie Crocker's mixtape and love to listen to Frankie Beverly and the Maze. So I said, yeah, that sounds good, Frankie Paul. And from then, the Singer Paul was left behind and Frankie Paul stepped up forward.
Now, as I alluded earlier, that you have a unique voice. Has anyone ever approached you and said, well, with the quality and the tone of your voice, broadcasting would be also a great job for you if you.
All over the world. All over the world, people always say to me, you got a good voice for radio. I said, yeah, I know that. I've been practicing for years. Because what I do in my spare time is sit down, watch the television, copy all the commercials like "Squeeze me a glass of Tropicana orange juice for better taste."
And
And
it was at 9 minutes past 9 o'clock, you're listening to Frankie Paul live on RJR 94 FM. Now, Frankie, I understand that you resided in Gambia.
that's right.
Yeah. Well, how did that come about? I mean,
Okay, I went there in 1998 to do a show for the president. So I got there, did my show. The president loved it, and he said, "Whenever I want to leave, I can leave." He gave me a flat so I could stay in until I was ready. I wasn't ready. I spent a month there and went back to England, to the UK. And then I decided to go back and fulfill some plans that I had there. So I went back. I decided to reside there. I explained it to the president. I sang for him every year on his birthday, and we got really acquainted with each other, good friends. They call him my brother, and they call me his brother. So here I am today. From then, I still live in the Gambia.
so didn't you get homesick and miss Jamaica?
Not really. I was taking Jamaica to Gambia, and that's what I did. I took Jamaica to Gambia.
All right, now talk to me about, you say you first started recording at the age of 16?
13.
13.
Yes, 12, 13.
What were your early recordings?
My early recordings were like songs like Babylon Man, The Rich and the Poor, Tell Me Why, African Princess, and a whole bunch of songs for Channel 1 and High Times, which they were released in, most of them were released in Japan and the European section of the world. And a couple of them were released here, which dominated the charts here in Jamaica, in which I collected a humorous amount of awards every year for the artist of the year, the singer of the year,
Yes.
and continued on for 7, 8 years in a row.
All right. Of course, you listen to RJR 94 FM. It's the E Factor, the segment of the show we call Friday Night Live. And this week it features Frankie Paul. Of course, you listen to Frankie Paul. Now, Frankie, which to date, what is your biggest recording? What's the biggest?
My biggest recording today is a cover version of Sarah, Pastor Cushion Pain, Words in the Dance, should be in. Actually, back in the days, back in the 80s, I had number 1, 2, 3, 4 on the charts for 14 weeks. 14 weeks on the charts in the US, in UK, and also in Jamaica.
Oh, back in the 80s, the 70s, 80s, there were what, a lot of talented singers in Jamaica.
Yes.
How competitive was the scene? What, I mean, how competitive was it for Frankie Paul? I mean,
Well, it wasn't, I tell you the truth, it wasn't really competitive for me because I had my own space. That's why they called me the giant of the 80s. Because I had my own space, I did my thing, dominated the charts, dominated the airwaves, the dance halls, the parties, the clubs, and the schools. So I didn't have a competition at that time. I still don't have a competition right now.
oh, what was the difference? I mean, it said that you haven't performed in Jamaica in the recent times about until you appeared on Star Time.
That's right.
Yes, and what's the reason for that?
Star Time was my one of my favorite shows that I performed in Star Time about 3 or 4 times now, in which I took Star Time as one of my favorite events in Jamaica. I've always wanted to perform on Star Time and still doing it. So Mikey Bonnet called me and said he wanted me to appear on this Star Time. I said, sure, yeah, man, my sure that. So we arranged. I stayed in Jamaica, went back to America a little, and came back for Star Time.
And how were you received? I mean, what was the response from the audience?
Wow, it was tremendous. I was wondering what would happen when I performed on Star Time. But when I got on stage and I did my thing, it was very tremendous. Actually, at that time, I just did two surgeries in Florida. I took out stones and gallbladder, and I wasn't really well enough, but I gave a wonderful performance in which that time after I became ill again, and I had to go to two hospitals. Actually, I went to three hospitals here in Jamaica. Sorry, four. Mobe Hope, Medical, Huey, and it's this other one,
Andrews.
St. Andrews Memorial.
Yes.
Yes, and the last one I went to was Maypen Hospital with this thing I had. Thank God I'm still here to let you all know that I am here. I'm not going anywhere for now. Another 250 years.
Frankie Paul is still here and alive and going well. Now, how is your recovery going? Because a lot of people were concerned when they heard of the different operations that you had to do.
Okay, my recovery is going very smooth. I'm getting a lot of rest that I didn't have before, and taking my medication, hoping that one day soon I will have my leg again.
All right. So you say you weren't getting a lot of rest. Does that mean that you were overseas and touring?
I was overseas touring all up and down the world, flying like never before, going back and forth to Gambia, to Jamaica, to England, to the US, to Caribbean islands, to Europe, all over the world I was flying. But this now is a chance for me to get a little rest and continue to do one and two shows that, you know, ends have to meet sometimes, and you have to make the bread.
Yeah.
So we can't pass the bread, but we have to make sure that I am fit and well enough to do all these things.
Do you find that you are touring more, performing more in now than you were in the 80s and 90s or thereabouts?
Well, I'm performing now and touring now, as you said, and I said too, and more better vibes than in the 80s. Cause in the 80s I was like around two sections of the world: Caribbean, America, and the UK. But then later on I spread out, and we've been going to a lot of places like Japan and Russia, Europe, and all these other places, Africa, all over the world.
Now, for someone who has contributed so much to Jamaican music, do you feel that you're loved by the Jamaican people or recognized as somebody who has contributed a lot to the music?
Well, just the other day I found out I am being loved by most of the Jamaican people. Yes, for the comments and the positiveness they have given to me, and the prayers they have sent to me on my phone, and speaking to me live and direct on my phone. I found out that most of the Jamaican people loves me and takes to my music and like the way I go around and do my thing. And I give thanks to God for that.
Because somebody texted a while ago and said, they're happy to be hearing your voice because there were lot of rumors being circulated about your health,
Yeah.
which nobody knew for sure what was happening.
Well, let me tell you, my fans in the world, I have diabetes, hypertension, pinched nerve, and now I've lost one leg because of this thing called gangrene. Yes. So I am trying my very best, my utmost best, to not worrying about it too much, just lifting my head up high, giving praise to the Almighty, because He's the one that let me survive in this time for a reason.
Yes. All right, it's 19 past 9, and of course, it's Friday Night Live. We're inside a segment of the E Factor show that we call Friday Night Live, and our very special guest is Frankie Dancehall Paul. Now, Frankie, the listeners have been hearing your story, and what do you say we take them down memory lane a little bit?
Of course, yeah. Let's do that.
Yes. So let me see if I can start it off. And,
On RJR 94, Frankie Dancehall Paul, Wayne Lonesome, and the crew.
Now, Wayne, talk to me a little bit. I mean, your association with Frankie Paul, what's the association with you and Frankie Paul over the years?
Well, over the years, more than nearly 2 decades. More than nearly 2 decades now, yeah? You know, so Wayne Lonesome and Frankie Paul, you know, working together on a lot of songs. Because Frankie Paul and the Run Things label too, you know. You know, the Run Things stable. And then we do a tune named Arcade Tourist, where Oliver Samuel's Frankie, he was, you know, take part in that video as the Arcade Tourist house. And then I do a song named My Heart Will Go On. You remember that song, Frankie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cover version of Celine Dion. And then we do a couple tune well with Frankie Paul. You understand? So we work over the decades from back in the 90s. Straight coming up to now, you know, Frankie's more like my brother, you know? You understand? Mm-hmm. So, you know, we click. So, you know, anything happen to Frankie, you know, it just make Lonesome just get up and move same time because that's his Frankie, you know? And this is Lonesome, you know?
And when he took ill, how did you feel?
No, man, when I didn't know he's ill, you know? Right? And I always tell him, take him time. You understand? Because when I call him and I'm at the studio, I feel a little weird. I say, all right, Frankie, Frankie, we needed to do this, if you get a little rest, you understand me? So, you know, we always encourage Frankie completely. A matter of fact, the other day when Frankie came from foreign, the other day when he came in, what happened is him called me and said, Lonesome, I am here. I reach in from 5 o'clock. So we have some dub session to run, right? And up in the afternoon, him come and him do that. And then few days after, him come back and do some of the sessions, some of the voicing. And then him supposed to do some rehearsal and say, all right, I'm going to do the rehearsal. And then him get sick. You understand? So when I hear him get sick now, I start to call on some hospital because I hear that him down at the hospital, they said, kind of frighten me up, you know? You understand? But I never know it's me pen because him going down to the country when him end up sick. You understand? Him end up in the Mapen hospital and sick and thing and them have to move the leg, you know? But I'm telling you, him bounce back because him bounce back so good that the other day when him come back from out of hospital and him come to sing, I'm telling you, man, Frankie sit away from the mic and him voice so strong up to Luciano. Everybody in the studio have to get up, man, and salute the Dancehall Paul, the old goggle, Frankie Dancehall Paul.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Since you've been away, I've been down and lonely. Since you've been away, I've been thinking about you. I can understand for a reason you left me. What are we going through? And baby, ooh, Baby, I'm missing you. Tell me why the wrong turn. Oh, baby. Ooh, ooh, I'm missing you. Tell me why the wrong turn. Oh, baby. Friday, I must still him think I could breathe, yeah. Yeah. Friday, I must still him think I could breathe. Won't you know? Friday, I must still him think I could breathe, yeah. Yeah. Friday, I must still him think I could breathe. Whoa, whoa. Ow! Take time to listen to this one. Yeah. I hope tomorrow will bring better you, better me. When we'll show this world we got more love to give. Don't you ever give up on your hopes and your dreams. We gotta get up, get into it, get it on. To all the girls I loved before. They travel in and out my door. I'm glad they came along. Dedicate this song to all the girls I love. Oh!
Frankie Ball live on RJR 94 FM. That's making 25 minutes, 9 o'clock, and trust me, likes this.
I get tourists. Oh yeah. When we're there. Enough man out a road think them Josh and Chris. But them a arcade tourists. Them a talk about them fly pan plane and sail pan ship. Them a arcade tourists. Everywhere you go, style and pattern. In a the dance hall, people broke off them on. Just to see the ram dance man come for ram obsession. Crowd of people love this one.
Yo, every day them get up them just half and old Chris. Fan our cute them by the latest look. As them see a nice girl at them one trick. Try down long time, I do a sexy chick. Oh.
Trash and Chris, but them a arcade tourists.
Hear this.
Talk about them fly pan plane and sail pan ship. Them a arcade tourists. Girl a talk about she big and internationally. When you check it out, she live down in Miami.
Yo!
When you check out, she come from St. Mary. Chatbot.
Hear this.
Chatbot. Every time we go for an obsession. FP added on. We're Lonesome champion.
Okay. Hey, Maxine and brethren, Joe, you know here we are going in a dance hall now. Frankie and Lonesome around place now. Hey, we not go. New way to go to a girl that say, yo, turn around there. You fi smile and say, wow, she a smile back. You exchange number now. Hey, we not go. Where you get dairy milk and cheese from? Cow. Where the name for Mumrag again? So I can tell you about when Lone I tell you about now. Hey, we not. Some guy out wear tight pants and a shave eyebrow. Competition gets laid, then them start run now. Bleaching cream around the place now. Foot them black and the...
Watch it, but them a curfew the dance.
Hear this.
So that them a curfew the dance.
Okay.
Boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hear this.
Ow.
Send it.
Can't find the reason why my love disappeared.
Hear this.
Yeah. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high,
Okay.
there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow.
Hear this.
Skies are blue.
Sing, tell me, Frankie.
And that dream that you dare to dream really do come true.
Frankie, let me tell them this. Hear this. Yo, when them see we them a laugh and talk, turn me back, them a shoot them arrow, and I blow them dart. Try assassinate we, yo, but we too smart. Try in the corner, stand up on a mat. Watch them up, blood, then sweep with them evilous heart. Make we number one up on them enemy chant. But against them, we have a clean mind with a pure in heart. Father God, me a pray to help them change them thoughts, yo.
Have you ever
Hear this.
have you ever been loved?
Okay.
Have you ever been loved before? Lonesome and Frankie Paul say before. Yeah.
Yo, we full of style and we full of pattern.
Yeah.
Full of style and we full of pattern.
Yeah.
Frankie and Lonesome a champion. RJR and the radio station.
Aye.
Come, you feel my obsession.
Aye.
Wow, Frankie Paul, you walking champion. Yes, me and Lonesome on the microphone stand. Everybody knows where we come from, Frankie.
On the radio station 94.1, RJR Real Jamaican Radio.
Hear this.
That's how the story goes.
I want to call the one that's special in the Frankie.
That one in a style of pattern. People run, come and I listen this one. Lonesome FP, then at the radio station. Style and pattern win.
Mash up the place. Come for mash up the place. Right now we don't have no time for waste. Send anyone and make we deal with it. Cause we come for wap, mash up the place. Wow, Lonesome, you come for mash up the place. Frankie Paul, come and mash up the
I
place.
sing a little piece of Gambian for you. Like this. Sukutu Mogil, follow fulla funer, we still da fa falima.
Okay.
Mogil, follow fulla funer, we still da fa falima. Be like kale. Oh yeah. Jump around if you love this one.
Yo!
If you love this one.
Yes.
And not the ear if you love this one. Jazz fan sing if you.
Sit. Pull up that. Pull up that.
RJR 94, the E-Factor Show. Yes. Boom, yeah.
We have Frankie Paul in studio.
That's right.
Lonesome. And of course, we're going to invite you now to.
Yep.
So the phone lines are now open. So Frankie, you ready to talk to your fans?
Yeah, man, all the time.
Let's go. Good night. You're live. Yes, talk quickly. Frankie Paul.
Yeah, man. Wagwan. Every time, sir. Oh, you remember that time? Hey, that time was sweet, man. Yes. Yeah, man, respect. Got you. Enough respect, sir. Enough respect. Yeah, man. Respect, sir. Yes. All right, sir. That's your man. Respect every time.
Wet, respect. Thanks for calling. All right, let's take another one. Good night, you're live. Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah. What about Edgar? Yeah, man. Yes. Yes. Good to hear your voice, Tusa. My longtime schoolmate for years. Yeah, big up the Salvation Army School for the Blind and all the students and the teachers. Of course, Andrea Audrey, big up on the Statospheres, loving her. Oh, Katie. All right.
All right, thanks for calling. Take another call. Good night, you're live. Yeah, good night, man. Yes, good night, go ahead. Yeah, man, good night to Frankie, man.
Why am I there? Ah, long time, man. Years ago. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes we have some accidents and some tragedy, but sometimes we have things that will save our lives, and that's what I did. Saving my life or losing the leg was a good thing, by God's grace. And tell you see, we not have to worry about nothing, because God put you on the earth to not worry about nothing. Yes, just to be strong. Yeah. Respect, sir, every time.
All right, thanks for calling. Let's take another one. Good night. You're live. Hello, good night. Yes, good night. Go ahead.
Good night. All right. Yeah, man. Taking it easy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Respect, sir. It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure.
Every time, man. Every time, brother. Every time, Zane. Yes, man.
All right, thanks for calling.
Respect, sir.
Good night, you're live. I'm doing great. Good musical company. Great musical company.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm fine. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Always. God is good. Yes. Yeah. I will always. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Lonesome, yes, man. Respect, yeah. And honor. Okay.
All right, thank you for calling, all right? All right, let's take another one. Good night, you're live. Yes, go ahead.
Good night. I'm here. By God's grace. Yes. Yeah, man. That's right. We're still here. Yes, of course. Okay. Yes. My tone, that man. My tone. Respect every time. All right.
This is Kenneth, actually. Thanks for calling. Yeah, man. All right. It's Outro 94 FM. Good night. Yes, your line is a little bit bad, but go ahead quickly.
Good night. Thank you. I will. By God's grace. Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling. Let's take another one. Good night, you're live. Yes, good night. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Good night.
Come on, talk. Talk to Frankie.
The first one. Yeah, long time, man. Yes. Oh, Leonard. All right. So, yeah, man. Every time, sir.
All right, Roberta. Thanks for calling. All right, it's 20 minutes before 10. We'll come 10 o'clock. We have the latest news from Frankie,
Yes, sir.
you want to take down memory lane again before we
Yes, before we go to.
some of the new stuff?
Yes.
All right, so let's get things correct so you can remind the listeners how it was.
Oh, Lord. Alright. Hey. I don't smoke cigarettes, cause it will stop my breath. Oh no. I man don't sniff coke, cause it will make I choke. Why? All we smoke is the real cushion bang. Cushion bang make I smoke it again. So pass the cushion bang. Pass it over. Pass the cushion bang. Pass it over, yeah. Come on, give them something, Frankie, give them some. Give them something, Frankie, give them some. When I go work like no Wally button. FP take the mic a different some. Hear them style on the radio program. Oh yeah. Kenneth Reid is my champion. Yeah. Do them nothing, we not gonna do them none. Create trouble, we are gonna create trouble. Shame them, we are gonna shame them. Lord of mercy, shame them. FP I go done them. Hey. Don't go changing. Try to please me. You never let me down before. No, don't imagine. You're too familiar. And I don't see you anymore. Tisha, I love you, my little sister. And you know that from the start. Oh, I took the good times and I take the bad time. I love you just the way you are. My cousins from Oxford Street, Lisa, Letty, Donna, Ruth, Dennis and Clive, all of them. Hey.
One more time.
So we do it. Oh yeah. Jam we comfy, jam it up. Ram we comfy, ram it up. Ram obsession. Ram obsession. Right. Jam we comfy, jam it up. Cock we comfy, cock it up. Cock obsession. Cock obsession. Alright. Legal, FP legal. Tell me how him so legal. Legal, lonesome legal.
Okay.
Then I owe him so legal. Legal, family legal. Tell me how him so legal. Legal, China Smith legal. Then I owe him so legal. Legal. In a Jamaica. Yes, we legal. In a New York, yeah. Yes, we legal. All over the world, yeah. We legal. Every time, yeah. Me drive a name Ashia. Drive anywhere. Country or town. Any place. Studio. Show. That's the way we go. My friend Lonesome, that side of me, no styly, give them a little piece.
Hey, Kenneth, let me tell you something. Man a big trendsetter, Kenneth set the place. You know, follow back a song and him now run the right ways. Big trendsetter, Kenneth just set the place. You know, follow back a sound. Yo, hear this. As a guy says zoom, here a next one some. Look who one, in the corner, in ball out scrum. All of them jump up on the bandwagon, put them two together, and that no make one way. Them don't know how to select song, the whole of them. Sound like whole bag and pan out the hell. Them fifth Kenneth, they done me versatile. For the last time, I'm full of pattern.
Tony Daddy Browning, yes, she live up on me building. Building, she want me water garden. Garden just like Adam in a Eden. Eden and the flowers it a blooming. Blooming and me give her some children. Children. Who say style and pattern. Yeah man.
Place
RJR
art.
94.